Brooklyn in the 1950s was a tough place. Flatlands and nearby Bath Beach were home to many Italian immigrant families scraping by, working hard just to get ahead in a demanding city. Among them was Roy Albert DeMeo, born on September 7, 1940, to working-class parents chasing the American dream. His father, a laundry delivery man.
Hey, Dad, still working?
Yes, son. It's got to get done.
Need a hand?
His
Thanks,
mother, a housewife.
Hey, Mom, got a second?
Of course, honey. What is it?
Just wanted your
From a
advice
young
on the
age,
recipe.
Roy displayed an unusual drive and toughness.
Be safe, dear.
While other kids played stickball or chased girls, he focused on making money. By his mid-teens, while attending James Madison High School in Brooklyn, he was already running a small loansharking operation. He lent cash to friends, neighbors, and locals at high interest rates, enforcing payments with intimidation. He quickly learned that fear could be more profitable than honest
Come on,
labor.
I'll let you slide. Everybody slide.
After graduating high school in 1959, Roy skipped college. He expanded his loansharking activities, began fencing stolen goods, and took on legitimate jobs, such as delivering flowers or working as a butcher's apprentice, which often served as covers for his growing criminal enterprises. In 1966, Roy caught the eye of Anthony Nino Gaggi, a connected soldier in the Gambino crime family.
You don't scare easy, and you don't wait for permission. That costs money. I'll back you. You grow it right.
Gaggi saw Roy's intelligence, ruthlessness, and ambition, invested in his loansharking business, and brought him into the Gambino fold. Under Gaggi's mentorship, Roy's operation grew dramatically, giving him access to bigger borrowers and turning modest earnings into serious money. Roy was no longer just chasing cash. He craved the influence and respect that came with rising in the mob. As he advanced, Roy assembled his own loyal crew, recruiting from his Brooklyn neighborhood. Key members included Chris Rosenberg, who helped branch into pornography and narcotics, the Gemini Twins, Anthony Center and Joseph Testa, known for their fearlessness, Henry Borelli, Joseph Dracula Guglielmo, and the DiNome brothers.
Check the compression. Numbers are low on 3 and 4.
Based primarily
Check the
in
head gasket.
Canarsie and Flatlands, the crew specialized in stealing luxury cars, stripping them for parts, and selling them, raking in millions. By the early 1970s, Roy DeMeo had built a sophisticated criminal enterprise involving loansharking,
I need more time.
car theft,
Come on.
Yes!
pornography,
The way I
prostitution,
see it, we move forward quietly. No need for noise.
Sounds good.
and occasional drug dealing.
Where's the rest?
But their main specialty became enforcement, collecting debts and eliminating threats.
This one? It's a real thriller. The plot is gripping. $5. I'll take it.
His
Cash.
first confirmed major murder was that of Paul Rothenberg, a major porn distributor who paid extortion to Roy and Gaggi.
Please put your hands behind your back. This one.
After police raided Rothenberg's business in 1973 and suspected him of cooperating, Gaggi ordered the
He's
hit.
compromised. He gotta go. I'll handle it. We got a deal for you. Come on. Where to, Roy? The alley. Just follow me. I don't know about this.
On July 29, 1973, Roy, with Gaggi present, lured Rothenberg to a meeting, led him into an alley in Flower Hill, near Roslyn, Long Island, and shot him in the head with a silenced
Come on,
pistol.
Roy. I didn't tell them anything.
This execution marked the emergence of what became known as the DeMeo Crew, notorious for their methodical efficiency and extreme brutality. Roy DeMeo had risen from a small-time hustler to a feared and respected figure in the Gambino family, protected by his earnings and violence. The Gemini Lounge in Canarsie served as both a legitimate neighborhood bar and the crew's base for planning and operations, including the infamous Gemini Method for dismembering bodies to avoid detection. Victims were usually brought in under normal circumstances. A meeting, a friendly drink at the Gemini Lounge, the crew's Brooklyn hangout. They felt safe. But once they crossed into the back apartment, the trap snapped shut. The method was engineered for one thing: zero mess. A crew member would approach from behind and shoot the victim once in the head with a silenced pistol. Immediately, another member would wrap a towel tightly around the wound to contain the blood flow. A second attacker would stab the victim in the chest to stop the heart quickly, limiting further blood loss from the initial wound. The body was then moved into the bathroom and placed in the bathtub, where it was left to drain. This reduced the amount of blood present during the next stage and made the cleanup easier. Afterward, the body was broken down in a systematic way. The remains were packaged into boxes and later transported to disposal sites, often large landfills, making identification and recovery extremely difficult. The philosophy behind it was simple and chilling. Without a body, proving a homicide becomes far more complicated. It was a routine built on coordination, speed, and the calculated removal of evidence.
Get off me!
A process that investigators would later call the Gemini Method. Joseph Umile was 41 years old, a military veteran and a middle-aged Brooklyn local just trying to keep his head above water. He wasn't a made man, and he wasn't a tough guy. He was simply a man who needed money, and he made the fatal mistake of borrowing it from the wrong people. At the time, 33-year-old Roy DeMeo was carving out a reputation as the Gambino family's most ruthless collector, running a lucrative loansharking operation under Nino Gaggi. Umile was heavily in debt to DeMeo. He missed his payments and pushed back when the pressure came. In the eyes of the crew, his defiance made him a liability. In their world, unpaid debts and disrespect weren't just bad business. They were a message that had to be answered in blood. The order came down from Gambino leadership: handle it. That night, DeMeo lured Umile into his car under the strict pretense of discussing the debt and negotiating an extension.
I'm trying to gather up your money. Things got tougher for me, but I'm gonna pay up, I promise.
As they drove through the quiet streets of East Flatbush, the trap was sprung. Without warning, Roy pulled a pistol. He shot Umile once in the chest, followed by 4 rapid, merciless shots straight to the head. As he cruised past Whitty Lane and East 56th Street, he shoved the passenger door open and rolled Umile's body out onto the frozen curb like trash. The Cadillac kept moving into the night, its taillights disappearing around the corner. At midnight, a passing motorist found Joseph Umile lying in the snow, bullet-riddled and already growing cold. Initially an unidentified John Doe to the police, the veteran was eventually laid to rest at Long Island National Cemetery. For Roy DeMeo, it was just another Tuesday. One more debt erased. One more brutal lesson delivered to anyone who thought they could stiff the crew and live to talk about it. With that single car ride, Joseph Umile officially became the second confirmed name on the DeMeo Crew's ever-growing list of the dead. Andrei Katz, a Romanian Jewish guy from the neighborhood running in the same stolen car circles as the crew. He was tight with Chris Rosenberg, helping move hot vehicles, splitting profits. But Katz made one mistake that no one in Roy DeMeo's world could survive.
Katz, look at the folder. We know you were there. Your prints are on it. Start talking.
He talked.
I have to tell you about Roy and Gaggi. What they've done, it's unforgivable. Andrei Katz, this is a grand jury subpoena. What is this? You are required to...
In early 1975, police leaned on him after a grand jury subpoena. Katz gave statements. He named names, including parts of the crew's auto theft operation. Word got back fast. Betrayal like that doesn't get forgiven. It gets erased.
Grab your pieces. Let's go.
June 13, 1975. The crew set the trap. A woman, Judith Questel, a friend of Henry Borelli's, called Katz up, told him she wanted to see him, a date. He showed up at her Manhattan apartment expecting a night out. Instead, he walked into an ambush. Roy DeMeo and the crew were waiting.
Keep moving.
They grabbed him, bound him, and threw him into a car. Then they drove him straight to Rockaway, Queens, a closed Pantry Pride supermarket, an empty meat department in the back.
Why are you doing this,
No
Chris?
witnesses,
Please.
no interruptions. Inside, they dragged him across the tiled floor. There was no quick shot, no clean execution, multiple stabs with a butcher knife. Blood covered the floor. Then the crew went further. They decapitated him, crushed the head in a cardboard compactor until it was unrecognizable. Then they cut the body apart, arms, legs, torso. The pieces were bagged and dumped in a dumpster behind the store. There was no perfected system yet, no plastic sheets, no routine like the one that would later be used at the Gemini Lounge. But this was the moment the method began to take shape. For the first time, a victim didn't just disappear. The body itself was erased. Andrei Katz was gone. No body for detectives to recover. No witness left to testify. The crew had crossed a line. They were no longer just killers. They were becoming something colder, something that would make even other mobsters uneasy. And Roy DeMeo was leading them there.
You don't even need two cleavers. This place reeks. How do you guys stand it?
Well, at least the blood matches my tie. I swear I saw that boom move.
I have to tell you about Roy and Gaggi. What they've done, it's unforgivable. I can't believe I said that with a straight face.
You were so serious.
All right, one more.